President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin concluded nearly 3 hours of high-stakes diplomatic talks in Alaska on Friday without securing a ceasefire agreement for Ukraine, despite both leaders expressing cautious optimism about the negotiations. The summit at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson in Anchorage marked the first face-to-face meeting between the two leaders since 2019, and Putin's first visit to American soil since Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. Trump greeted Putin with an unusually warm reception, including handshakes on a red carpet and a shared ride in the presidential limousine. During a brief joint appearance after the talks, Putin spoke first for 8 minutes, describing the negotiations as constructive and held in an atmosphere of mutual respect. The Russian leader suggested some preliminary understanding had been reached and expressed hope that Kyiv and European capitals will perceive that constructively. However, Trump quickly tempered Putin's optimistic tone. "There's no deal until there's a deal," Trump declared, acknowledging they had agreed on many points, but remained stuck on a couple of big ones. The president described the meeting as very productive, but made clear that significant work remained. Trump announced his intention to call NATO leaders and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to brief them on the discussions. Zelensky, who was excluded from the Alaska summit, had earlier posted a video expressing hope for a strong position from the US, while noting that Russian attacks on Ukraine continued even during the negotiations. According to CBS News, the talks concluded without the planned luncheon between the delegations, and Putin departed Alaska shortly after the press conference. When Putin unexpectedly suggested in English that their next meeting could be in Moscow, Trump replied he could see it possibly happening, despite acknowledging he might get a little heat for such a decision. The summit was attended by Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Special Envoy Steve Witkoff for the U.S., while Putin brought Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov and advisor Yuri Ushakov.